Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar tonight. My name is Shona Gates and I am so excited to dive into these 4 money beliefs that limit your wealth and help you rewrite that money story and manifest more money because you deserve it. So I've got so much exciting stuff planned for the next hour together. I know this workshop's going to rock your socks because it has been totally transforming my VIP clients' life. And they've been having massive breakthroughs. So I know you're going to get so much out of it. Let me just move my camera up a little bit. There we go. Awesome. So let's dive straight into it. I'm a mum. This is a workshop for mums, so you're probably a mum. So I want it to just be like fluff free. I want to get straight into it, give you guys amazing value, share with you some of my stuff that you can be a part of, and then let you get back to making snacks, book time, sight words, wiping little people's butts. I get it. Life is mad, right? Absolutely mad. So my goal for you in this webinar is for you to feel empowered and to feel really excited about money, because money is not something that we usually feel is sexy and fun and exciting. And I want you to start to experience how much fun money and wealth and abundance can actually be. So in this webinar, I am giving you the exact steps that I use to manifest incredible success, lots of wealth and abundance in my life. Now, I'm not leaving anything on the table. I'm not holding anything back. I'm not trying to upsell you to get all the answers to this. It's certainly not the case. That's not the way that I run my business. That's not the way that I help people. I want to give you as much as possible in the time that we have. Obviously, I can't share everything. We would be here for probably about 8 months talking, but I want to give you as much as I possibly can right now. So who the fuck am I, right? My name's Shona. I am a self-proclaimed badass and boss mama, and I have 2 kids. My son, Eric, is 7. He is on the spectrum, and my daughter, Holly, is 4. I love wine. I say fuck a lot, so be warned that this is probably adult content, this training. And I started 2 businesses from scratch with my own money, my own sweat and blood and tears. My son Eric has autism, so that takes a huge chunk out of my life. Not out of my life, adds to my life, but out of my time. That's a big part of, I guess, what I have to do every single day, and I'm human as fuck. So what makes me a money mindset coach? What makes me want to help women with money? What makes me qualified to share anything with you? About 3 years ago, I was in the shops with my kids. They were in the trolley. They were young. They were crying. Everything was awful. And I was trying to buy like toilet paper, milk, eggs, and broccoli. And my card got declined. I didn't even have enough money to buy toilet paper. And so I went and sat in my car. This was not the first time it happened. It was a regular occurrence. My financial situation was totally screwed up. We were 1 income family, 2 kids, 1 with a disability, a business back then that was doing okay, but wasn't doing fantastic. And I just ran out of the shops. I was so embarrassed. My card got declined. I didn't even have enough money to buy toilet paper. And I went and I cried in my car. And my son climbed in the front. We were parked and he climbed in my lap and we both just cried. He was crying because I was upset, and I was upset because we were just so frustrated. I was so frustrated. It felt like there was never going to be enough money, that we were never going to get out of that situation. We were always going to be in debt. I mean, like, how fucking embarrassing. I couldn't even afford to buy toilet paper. Like, that's when you know you've hit rock bottom, right? And so I sat in that car crying when my kids were screaming and just everything going wrong in my life in that moment. And I just decided no more. I was going to do whatever it took to learn about money, to change the way that I thought about money, to create a better relationship with money. And from then to now, my life looks vastly different. Now, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not some financial advisor. I don't have 82 investment properties, nothing crazy like that. Like, if you want that, that's amazing. I can hook you up with some people, right? What I wanted to do was transform the way that I thought about money. I wanted to get rid of fear and shame and guilt. I didn't want my life to be ruled by money. And I might not have a private jet and 3 houses by the beach, but I am living that reality. I don't have to worry about money anymore. I'm not stressed. There's no anxiety. My husband and I aren't fighting about money. we're in a really, really great place. And that's now what I love sharing with other people. The fact you can have a plan, and that it really comes down to your mindset work. Whether you have $50 in the bank or you have $50,000 in the bank, if your mindset around money is still toxic and negative, you're not going to feel any different. And I think that's what I realized is I've had, up until that moment in the car park, I've had times in my life where I've had a lot of money in my bank account, like a lot, to the point where I'm just like, what the hell do I do with this? And even when I had a lot of money, I was terrified of spending any money. I was terrified of losing it. I was still freaking out and anxious about it. And when I had not enough money to buy toilet paper, I was still freaking out and anxious about it. The amount of money that I had changed, but the way that I felt about money didn't. And that's what I wanted to fix. And that's what I'm going to help you fix today. Because when you have emotional control, when you have emotional consistency around your relationship with money, that's when you actually start to achieve financial consistency. So I made a decision in the car that day that I was never going to be in that situation again. And I spent the next few years learning as much as I could about money mindset, as much as I could about finance, as much as I could about investing and budgeting and everything possible. And then this is what I'm going to share with you today. I am so passionate about money mindset because I know that it is impossible to be the best mum that you want to be the happiest, most present, most mindful, calm, amazing parent that you want to be, when you've just got like this black cloud of financial shit and worry and bills crushing the life out of you. I mean, who else has got angry at their kids when they've got a bill they didn't expect? And you're like, you don't want to get angry at your kids, and it's not your fault. And maybe consciously we don't realize we're yelling at our kids. We're just like, everything sucks right now. We're snapping at our kids because we're angry about our financial situation. So let's actually solve the root of the problem. Instead of making yourself guilty about being feeling like you're a bad parent, let's actually just like get your financial shit sorted. Let's work on your relationship with money. So what makes this different? Because you can walk into any Kmart, any Big W and pick up a bunch of books on finance right now. But what makes that approach and this approach different? Now, both approaches are great and they work for different people. But what I've found is that you need a balance of both manifestation, so using the law of attraction energy work, transforming your relationship with money, doing the mindset, combined with inspired action. So you can have the budget and you can have the best financial plan in the world, but if you don't work on how you think about money and feel about money, it ain't gonna mean shit. And if you do all the crystals and you meditate on it every day and you say your affirmations and just, I don't know, cleanse on a full moon, but you don't actually like call up the bank and get your shit sorted with your mortgage, once again, it's not going to do anything. It's the combination of both. And what we see out there is so many books on finance, so many books on investing that don't talk about your relationship with money. And there's so many books on mindset that don't actually show you how to set up a budget. So what I'm going to do and what makes this different and what makes this so awesome and why it's working for hundreds of women and partners and families and whatever, no judgment if you're a dude and you're listening to this, just I'm going to talk about women a lot, but it makes a difference because it is both things together. All right, where's my forward button? That one. Okay. So I want to first preface that I'm nothing special. Okay. I've done a lot of things right in my life. I was able to buy a house at 19. I've worked really hard. I've had periods where there's been a lot of money in my bank, periods where there's been nothing, but I've done a lot of things right in my life. I've also done so many things wrong. I've literally fucked up every way possible, especially in the terms of finance, money, investing, buying cars I shouldn't, blowing my money on vacations that I never even got to go on, like all this stuff. I've done a lot of things wrong. I am human as fuck. And that's the whole point. I'm not going to sit here and try to give you advice if I've been through 8 years of financial law school. I don't even know what it's called. I'm just a mum giving you advice from my experience as a mum to a mum, right? I'm human. I've done things right. I've done things wrong. Here are the lessons that I've learned. I want to give them to you so you don't have to make the mistakes that I did, or you can make them and recover from them quicker. What I learned really about changing my money mindset was that if you can help mums get happier, if you can help give mums confidence and freedom and choice and purpose, that actually equals happier families, right? If mum's miserable, that energy affects the whole family. But if you can give happier mums, you're going to end up with happier families, and happier families really means happier communities, happier kids. Everyone benefits when mummy is feeling good. I also learned that you need security in your life to be able to reach self-actualization. So if anyone's seen the Maslow hierarchy of needs, right up the top, you've got self-actualization, which is where that moment where you feel so confident in who you are, you know, your purpose, your passion, you're in alignment, and you've experienced that true joy. And one of the base core things as a human being that we need is security. That's always been there. We need to know we are safe. We've got a roof above our head. We're going to be okay. We need an element of security in our lives. And you get that through an abundant mindset. You get that through knowing what's happening with your money. You get that through actually understanding that there is always going to be enough money there for you to keep those basic necessities, right? Like food, water, heat, cooling, house, whatever. Like we need that level of security. And I also know that manifestation plus inspired action, that is the key. You can't have one with the other. You can, but you're going to be just like going around in circles for the rest of your life. You need both. I also know that money is not evil. Okay? Money is in fact really fucking sexy. Money is sexy, and money is fun, and money is a resource. It is the key to an abundant life. And you could spend the next 10 years searching for it, or you could just hang out with me today, or maybe you could join my Money for Mummy program, my 10-day Money Babe challenge, and you can get that key to an abundant life now. So why are you delaying that, right? Like you can have it right now. I also know that you don't have to justify what you spend, okay? Your mother-in-law doesn't need to know what you spend. Your parents don't need to spend what you spend. Your siblings, your teacher's principal, your friends and family, the Karen from the PTA doesn't need to know. Susie from accounting doesn't need to know how much you spend or what you spend it on. And you don't have to justify what is a priority for you and your family, okay? So this is a little reminder before we get stuck in it. Maybe it could have been 5 money beliefs. But the fact is that if you and your husband or you and your partner, you are just contributing to your family's finances, you guys are the only people that need to talk about it, communicate it. You don't need to justify what you're doing and your choices to anyone else, okay? I want you to know that going in, because I spent a lot of time trying to justify my spending, my investments, which is really a reflection of my priorities to my parents, to my in-laws. And I see this happen so many times, is that women feel like they need to justify exactly what they've spent. And I would do this. I would be like, I went and I got some new things for the baby today, and I also got like a new bra for me, but I really needed it. Like my other one was broken and it was on sale, and I only spent $9 from Kmart, and it's going to be okay. Like justifying, right? Tell me, like, put a 1 in the comments right now if you have experienced this before, because I know this was big for me. I just want you to know that you don't have to do that anymore, okay? And over the next 4 money beliefs, and if you want to join my Money for Money program, I'm going to show you exactly how to remove that justification for good. We've got 1s the whole way through the comments. Yep, fuck yeah, I did that today. Have you been following me around? Yep, yeah. So everyone's going through the same thing, right? And I know it's especially for mums. I want you to also know that money has no guilt. Money guilt has no place in your family. Your family is there for love and joy and adventure and spontaneity and fun and laughter. And you don't have time or space in your family for money guilt, for money fear, for money shame. Imagine how much more space you're going to have mentally and physically in your life when you don't have to worry about money anymore. Money has no place. Money guilt, has no place in your family. It's time to forbid it. Like, that is not allowed in my family. I am not available for money guilt or shame or fear. Now, I discovered this the hard way. I really did. I had to slog it out. I had to hang out at the personal development section of my library. I had to beg, borrow, and steal books because I couldn't afford them. I had to do every online course, every free webinar, sign up and work with every mentor, go to the seminars, learn the hard way, make the phone calls to the banks. I discovered this the hard way over years and hours and thousands of dollars. And I'm giving this to you the easy way. I've done the work for you. This is my passion. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here. And now I'm giving you the easy way. So, babe, are you ready? Because it's about to get epic. I always want to be like, it's about to go down. I think it's like the Kevin Hart comedy show where he talks about swearing at his teacher. It's about to go down. Well, it is. Anyway, you can see a picture of my beautiful friend Amber there in her sexy as fuck red dress. I love that photo. Anyway, the hard way. This is how to know if you've been doing things the hard way, because chances are if you're on this webinar, if you're listening to this training right now, you may have already been looking into different budgets. You've been doing some personal development. You've been looking into manifestation of the law of attraction. You might have some things in place and they're kind of working a bit, but they're not fully getting you where you want to go. This is how to tell if that's the hard way. If you're hiding from money, you would not believe how many times I get on the phone with a client for a first introductory session. And I'm like, so how much is it? What's your interest rate? How much money do you actually want to have in life? What's your 5-year plan? And they're like, I don't know. Like they're hiding completely from money. They don't check it. They don't want to know about it. They're just like head, sand, insert, right? Guilt. Money guilt. This is so big, especially for mums, for women, maybe who don't work as much as their partner, who are home with the kids, who don't financially make as much as their husband. Like there's so many different ways that this guilt can manifest. But if you're experiencing any guilt around how much money you make or don't make, how much you spend, don't spend, even small purchases like a coffee, if that is triggering guilt within you, this is the hard way. Restricting. Oh my God. Restricting. If you have one of those crazy budgets where it's like, we're going to save $20,000 this year and I'm never going to buy a coffee and we're not going to do X, Y, Z and we're going to cut back everything, and they don't work. It's like a restrictive diet. It's like trying to be anorexic, and I can say this because I have been in recovery for an eating disorder, but trying to be anorexic and then having a binge, right? We restrict our money, and then we binge a tax time on a new couch or a new car or a trip to Bali or some new tits, whatever it is. Hustling. If you have a business, if you work and you are just like hustling like mad, if you are working long shifts, you are putting in extra days, 16-hour days, you are go, make money. How can I make more money? How can I make money? If you are in that place, that energy is completely actually off. That energy doesn't actually match up with the energy of abundance. So I'm going to show you there's an easier way. If you're doing crazy budgets, if you're sick of guilt and fear and just living in this place of there'll never be enough and lack and we'll never get forward and we'll never achieve that, this is the hard way. Okay? And all you know is all you know. So up until right now, up until this moment where you're on this webinar with me, that is all you know. That is all you've been exposed to. You can't know about things that you don't know about, right? I'm going to show you the easy way. But fair warning, once I show you, then you don't have any excuses. Then you can't keep hiding. You can't keep restricting. You can't keep pretending like you don't know what to do. After I show you this, you're going to have to step up to the plate and do something about it, okay? Let's go. What is happening here? I want to type. I want to go forward. Great. So, not fancy. Technology retarded here. All right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said retarded, but technology, not very good at. So, you want the easy way that will have you manifesting money and unfucking your finances today? You need to comment, yes. I'm not sharing it with you unless I know that you are fully ready to step up to that next level. Okay? So you need to put a yes in the comments if you actually want me to keep going. Okay. Yes. All right. Chat's going off. I can't even read them all. Oh, well. I tried to click the chat and I clicked that. Okay. Of course you do. Of course you do. Look at the chat. It's going off. All right. You want to level up. So stop delaying your happiness. This is it, all right? In the past 6 months, I have helped hundreds of mums to change their money mindset and to start living the lives that they always dreamed of. So, moving forward, if you're still listening and you're going to keep listening, you have the choice to actually do something about this information or not. I'm giving you the key to an abundant life, and it's up to you whether you go and find your door or whether you just like put it at the bottom of your handbag like Mary Poppins bag and pretend it doesn't exist. So these are the 4 beliefs that I am going to be working through with you. Belief number 1. This is what so many women trip up on. It is the fact that we're waiting for someone to save you. We're waiting for someone to save us, to step in and fix it all and make it okay. Belief number 2 that we're going to go through is that you're not good with money. Or you might think, I'm just not good enough with money. I'm not good with money. I'm just so shit with money. We're totally fucked with money. That's the belief number 2 that I'm going to help you work through. Belief number 3 is that people with money are gross and dirty and greedy. People with money are bitches, right? Belief number 4 that we're going to completely blow up is that I'm not smart enough to be wealthy. I haven't been to business school. I don't have rich parents. I'm not going to get an inheritance. I'm not blah, 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 enough to be wealthy. I'm going to destroy that. And we are going to tackle all 4 of these together. Checking the time. Awesome. So, too excited. I'm talking too fast. Belief number 1. This is where we get stuck waiting for someone to save us. Okay? So for me, this belief was really manifest in the way that I kind of had always grown up with my parents telling me about, when you find someone and you want to fall in love, like you get married, you're looking for someone who is a doctor, someone who's a lawyer, someone who's a geologist, or, someone with a great pay packet. That was kind of like a conversation that I actually had with my parents as kids. And I was definitely exposed to a lot of those ideals that came from, the London high society back in 18th, 19th century, where it's very much like you debutante, you find a husband who's going to take care of you, and then you pop out children, right? And it was kind of like your beauty is payment for his wealth. It was an interesting dynamic. Anyway, I went through the whole debutante ball thing. I was a really, really hard worker, really, really smart, but it was definitely very much this part of like, well, you do what you do until you find a man that has enough money to marry you. And I think there's a part of me that when I fell in love with my husband, Aaron, who at the time we were in high school together, and he's an apprentice mechanic, which I don't know if you guys know this, but apprentices make sweet fuck all. He is so smart, my husband. He is so amazing. He is so kind, and his brain can wrap around these abstract concepts that I can't even fathom to understand. And yet he has trouble reading and writing, but he is so, so, so incredibly smart at this one specific field. And he works so hard at his job, and he gets paid peanuts, right? So when we were, younger, our mortgage was $325 a week. He made $300 a week as an apprentice, and I was on maternity leave with my son. He was just born. So that kind of tells you, like, gives you a gauge of how much mechanics actually make. There was a part of me that was always kind of waiting for someone else to come in and sweep up and take up my money issues, right? Like, it's all going to be okay when Aaron gets a better job. It'll all be okay when I can go back to work. It'll all be okay when at tax time. It'll all be okay. My parents will bail us out if we need, or something will happen. He'll get offered a really great job, or he'll change careers, or something will fall in my, waiting for something else to happen. And guess what? It never does. And this can be in different ways for everyone. I've had some clients who always knew their parents were there to bail them out whatever they needed, her parents specifically. Every time they got stuck with credit card debt, or they didn't quite have enough money to pay X, Y, Z, or even they just needed a tire change in their car, or, paid out their uni fees, whatever it was, her parents would always step up to the plate and help them out. And so there was this level of, she wanted to make more money, but there was no real push. There was no desire, because in her subconscious, her parents were always there to save her. That's another way I see it. And then the other way is people to buy lottery tickets all the time. Like, I know you've got to be in it to win it, right? But if you are waiting for the lottery to come in and save you. It's not going to happen. Okay. If you are waiting, I cannot believe yesterday I'm part of this mums group on Facebook, and one of the comments was actually like, this is our financial situation, XYZ. You know, I can't work for something. My husband only makes X amount, blah, 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 blah. This is all the debts that we have. How can I get more money out of Centrelink? And I'm like, the fuck, bitch? No, Centrelink is a privilege. It is not something that is there just that you deserve. Or stop waiting for the government to save you, right? The government's not meant to save you. The government's not actually meant to just give you more money to live the lifestyle that you want. Stop waiting for someone to save you. And the thing is, all these situations, what they have in common is someone wanting a different financial reality, but not taking responsibility for that financial reality. And responsibility is what equals empowerment. You cannot be empowered if you are not willing to take responsibility for your current situation and responsibility for your future situation. You are only in charge of you. So if you want to change your life, you have to step up and own it. You can't keep waiting for your tax to come back. You can't keep waiting for Centrelink. You can't keep waiting to win the lottery. You can't wait for your parents to bail you out, or for so-and-so to lend you money, or for the banks to give you another debt, for your husband to get a better job, for someone else to say, yes, you're worthy of more money. No one is going to sweep in and save you. And that could be potentially why you're self-sabotaging yourself at the moment. There's another way to interpret this, is this in the situation where it's people that you love are bailing you out. So your parents are giving you more money, your sister or your friend might be helping you out. The other way to interpret that is you can also have this self-sabotaging block that you won't make more money on a subconscious level, because then you're worried that your friends or your family won't be able to help you. They won't feel like you need them as much. You might be rejecting them in some way. Pop in the comments if this is resonating with you. I know I can see a lot scrolling up here of people saying like, oh my God, this is so me. Yeah, always buy a lottery ticket. I'm stopping now. I mean, keep buying the lottery ticket, but understand that, you know, you can also make millions of dollars by yourself, and you have a much higher chance of doing that than waiting for someone else. Yeah, been waiting for hubby. Yeah, rely on my mum a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's super common. It's super common. But responsibility equals empowerment, and only you can be in charge of you, which is really great, because if you can recognize that you're not necessarily the problem, but you are in control of what's been happening to you and what happens to you, you are also in charge of what happens to you in the future. If you're the problem, you're the solution. I told you this was going to be rough once you like get into this, the 4 beliefs, that I wasn't going to hold back. I'm like, now you know this, it's up to you to do something about it. This is an empowering conversation if you're ready to hear it. If you're not, you'll just be like, that's not me. I'm not talking about that. She's got it so wrong. So open your mind a little bit. Belief number 2 is I'm not good with money. All right. I'm not good with money. Oh, my son's school is sending me a message. This is so not professional. Whatever. No. Okay. It's just about his lunch order. He's not like dead or anything. Okay. I'm not good with money. This is one of the most disempowering statements you can ever say or you can ever think. Second, probably only to I can't afford it. I'm not good with money. This is now forbidden from your vocabulary. It is forbidden from your thoughts. You are never allowed to think this again. You're never allowed to feel it again. So think of your, oh my God, I just burped, sorry. Think of your brain as an iceberg. Really, there's 5% poking out of the water and there's 95 submerged underneath. This is just like the iceberg that fucked up the Titanic, okay? 5% poking out of the water, 95% is submerged underneath that you never get to see. That's like our brain, okay? 5% of the iceberg is what we are consciously thinking. So these are the words that come out of our mouth, like pick up glass, My brain's not working. Didn't even know what this was called. Pick up glass, have a drink. These are the conscious thoughts. It's kind of like typing words on a metaphorical keyboard. This is like, these are the words I want to show up on the page, okay? 95% of the iceberg. So this is the stuff we can't see, the stuff that's happening underneath the water that we don't know about. We kind of know something might be there and something's happening, but we can't see it, touch it, reach out to it and understand it quite yet. 95% of the iceberg is what we don't see. We're unaware of, but it's always there, right? The 95% of the iceberg is kind of like the programming in a computer. So you're typing on the screen and we're not aware of all the background codes that make everything work. We're not aware of the coding that says, yep, this section's blue, this is white, this font is this color, whatever. We're not aware of that, but it's happening. It's there in the background running all the time. And that is really the directions of how we interpret the world. We can give it instructions, but if the instruction doesn't fit with the coding, it won't work. The 95% of the iceberg is our subconscious. And this is kind of the thing that is steering the thing. The 95% of the iceberg is like the programming and the hardware of a computer. It's the rules by which we live every single day and that we really understand and make sense of the world around us. So it makes sense that if you want to manifest more money, you have to focus on rewiring both your conscious and your subconscious brains to manifest money. When you say, I'm not good with money, you consciously say it because something's happening right now which you don't feel good about money with. But subconsciously, your brain is going and looking for evidence of past situations that you're not good with money. So remember that time when you were 7 where you got given pocket money and you bought X toy and then you went home and 2 days later went to the shop and you found another Y toy that you really loved and you were like, why did I spend it on X? I'm so bad with my money. When you were 7 years old. When you verbalize the statement, I'm just not good with money, your brain literally goes and looks for evidence in your memories, in the way that you felt around this sentence before. And it goes, yep, you're not good with money. Look at all this evidence we have in your life that you are not good with money. I always thought I was good with money. I did. And I was really good with money. As a kid, I was always careful about what I spent, but I spent my things on things that I spent my money on things that would last, that were really good quality. I wasn't frivolous. I was really good with money. I understood how to spend, how to save, how to give back. And I worked really, really, really hard my first few years full-time employed. And I got a promotion. And suddenly I was in charge of managing an entire chain of stores at 19. So it was already the fact that people were like, why are you my boss? You're a kid. Why are you my boss? You're a woman. And then I would turn up to our conferences, turn up to work in my very first car, which was this tiny little hatchback bubble. It's called a Mazda 121 bubble. So I don't know if you guys know what they are. I should add the photo on this slide. But it just didn't match with how I actually felt and how I was trying to project this professional image. As I say, making fart noises on the webinar. I'm meant to be a professional of. Yes, that's stuff. We love it. Katie loves it. Yeah. I had this car and I was like, nope, I need a professional car. So I went and took all the money that I'd saved in my bank account, which was about $17,000. And I went and bought this. It was still like a zippy little hatchback, but it was a lot nicer. It was a lot more modern. And it was kind of like, it fit every other area of my life. And yeah, I love this car. But I bought it, and watching my bank account go from $17,000 down to $2,000, spent $15,000 on the car, was fucking scary. And instantly, like, massive fear, anxiety triggers. And then there was something wrong with the car. I needed to pay insurance. I needed to pay rego, X, Y, Z. And this was back before the days of payment plans where you could split up everything weekly or monthly. Like, everything was up front. And then suddenly I'm like gone from $17,000 in the bank to $400 in the red. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so awful with money. Why did I do this? And I've got to admit, cars are still my weak point. I still don't make fantastic decisions about cars, but I'm getting a lot better. I haven't had to buy a new car since I've really been into this money mindset work as much. So We'll see what happens. Hopefully I never have to buy a new car because I drive my dream car, my white Jeep. But back then, anyway, the minute that happened, it suddenly started like, oh my God, I'm so awful with money. I'm not good with money. Oh, why did I do this? I'm so shit, right? From that time on, suddenly I felt like I was not good with money. I'm so bad with money. Instead of taking an experience and learning a lesson, and honestly, that car had so many more lessons to teach me. It nearly killed me. It ended up costing me so much more. And I traded it in, I think, for $5,000 because, I nearly died in it. Anyway, instead of just learning a lesson, moving on, I let that one experience define everything after it. And it was this constant story of, I'm not good with money. I'm not good with money. I just can't handle it. I don't know what to do. And I've got lots of money. We're always broke. And it was like my safe zone was being broke because it matched up with this belief of I'm not good with money. And so eventually you say it enough, you become disempowered, totally disempowered about your financial situation. If you say, I'm not good with money, what you're doing is instantly taking yourself out of the game. Instantly. Because when you honestly say and think and believe that you're not good with money, it stops you from being open to any opportunities to be better with money. I know that's probably not you because you're on this webinar right now. But I need you to understand that if you say I'm not good with money, if you believe you're not good with money, instantly out of the game. You stop looking for ways to be better. You stop learning. It's like admitting defeat. This is your white flag. You're surrendering to just the shit life that you're living and know better. That is why this phrase is forbidden, because it is so disempowering. This is not allowed anymore. You're not allowed to say you're not good with money. You're not allowed to believe you're not good with money. And you can replace this phrase with, I am learning about money. I am learning about abundance. It's a bridging phase because you guys might not be ready yet for the full, like, I'm a fucking badass in finances. It's a bit much when you've gone from I'm not good with money to I'm a fucking badass money-making queen. It's a bit much. So let's just start with I am learning about money. I am learning about abundance. I think that's a great way to do it. Belief number 3. How are you guys going? I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. We still have so much to cover. Let me check the time. Yeah, right. I have to go to school run. That's why I'm like, fuck. Okay. People with money are gross and dirty and greedy. I want you to take a moment to think about the wealthy figures that you were exposed to as a child. We've got this programming that happens in our brain between the ages of 1 and 7, where we essentially are like little sponges and we absorb everything that's around us. And so you've got to think, did you have role models or people around you in your life that modeled wealth in a really positive way? Or did you have people that modeled wealth in a real judgmental, greedy, envious, dirty, selfish way? And that completely affects how you view wealth, because that is the belief system. That's the 95%, the programming that's happening in our brain. And if you try and, with that 5% control something and it goes against what the 95% believe, it will not let it work, right? So you can be trying to do the most best budget in the world and you're like, I'm going to save $50,000. But in your head, you're thinking about Uncle John, who made a lot of money and your dad didn't like, and he always grumbled and said mean things about Uncle John because he was wealthy. If that's your actual programming, even though you're trying to make money, you don't want to be rejected from your family like your Uncle John. I shouldn't have used Uncle John. I have an Uncle John. He's amazing. But end name anyway. I want you to think about your childhood exposures to wealth. For me, this is just my list. Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, Regina George from Mean Girls, the Malfoys from Harry Potter. I was 11 when the first Harry Potter movie came out. And he was 11, and I definitely thought I was going to Hogwarts. And there was this white owl that would come and hang out the front of our property when we'd come home late at night. And I'm like, this is it. I'm getting the fucking letter. And then I didn't for my 11th birthday, and I'm now 27, and I'm still waiting for it. But the Malfoys, an example of a really wealthy family, versus Harry Potter, who lives in a cupboard and is broke. Broke guy is the good guy. Rich guy, asshole. Walter from The Little Rascals. I used to love that movie in Alfalfa with his hair up and what's her name, Darla, with her dimples. But Walter was the rich guy. And he even had Donald Trump as his dad in the movie, like meant to be super wealthy. And he was just like a slimy, selfish git, you know. He was mean, and he lied, and he was underhand and undercut everyone. And that was kind of the experience that, you know, you grow up watching these wealthy people, these wealthy figures being assholes. You're not going to become a wealthy figure, because then that makes you an asshole. Consciously, we're like, I want money. And then subconsciously, we're like, no, everyone will hate us and I'll be a dickhead. I did give you a language warning as well if you're worried about the swearing. This is just me. Heart, head, mouth, it's all connected. Angela Anaconda. Do you guys ever remember that? It was the weirdest cartoon ever, but there was this character. It was the Angela Anaconda show, and there was this blonde girl who was meant to be the rich girl, and she would drive in a limo, and she'd always have a beret, and she was like French or something, I don't know. And because she was wealthy, she was the mean girl, the bad person, the villain in the story. The rich people are always the villain in the story, right? Even an example with Richie Rich. I know we've got a lot of mums on the webinar. I know some of you have said that you're not mums, but Richie Rich. Think about if you watch that as a young child, that belief system that you get is my parents will love me and I'll have lots of nice stuff, but they'll also neglect me and I'll be lonely and awful. As a child, that's what we process. But as an adult and as a parent, Richie Rich can stop us becoming wealthy, because we view wealthy parents as someone who will neglect their child, that our child will not be happy, that our child will be lonely. They might have lots of stuff, but they'll be lonely, or they won't be a good kid. And, you know, a kid's movie can be sabotaging us today because we happen to be exposed to it during that conditioning. Now, I was very lucky in my childhood to have people around me who were really wealthy and, you know, incredible, amazing, wonderful, charitable people, and people that weren't. Very wealthy people that really struggled. But I look back now and realize a lot of the programming that I got was from not technology, but from what I watched. And, you know, the kids shows that I watched. And Aaron and I have gone back now and watched some of the kids shows. We watch the kids and we're like, holy fuck, we should not have been watching this. This is not good. And as a parent now, I'm like, In the Night Garden, what the fuck drugs are they on watching In the Night Garden? And Baby Jack and all this crap. But at the same point, there's these crazy villains of every story, and it's always around wealth and greed and selfishness. And you can teach people about greed, and you can teach people about selfishness without tying it to money. But anyway, the point of this is you will never attract more wealth if you are judging other people for having it. You know, this all comes back to your money story and the way that you have been programmed, to view rich people versus poor people. So I just want you, if you have a pen and paper, if you want to pause this and take some notes, what role models of wealth were you exposed to as a child, and in what ways are the lessons you learned then impacting you today? Okay, this is a really, really powerful one. I have people that have massive, massive breakthroughs with this. I remember watching Mean Girls and Regina George at a time that I was a young girl that probably shouldn't, not that I shouldn't have been exposed to it, but I don't think, you know, it was a new movie. There's these 13, 14-year-old girls watching it. I don't think we're searching for ways at that age to understand the world. We're searching for the rules. Really, we want the rules to understand how to be a woman, how to relate with other women, how to relate with men, with boys, whatever. That movie came out at such a crucial time. And watching it, it was this whole situation of Regina George, that you can love her and want to be her, and hate her and think she's the most awful thing as well. And like me and my friends, we weren't nasty girls. There was like 7 of us in our school. We had a burn book. Like, it was glorified and put on a pedestal, but also this gross, dirty and greedy, awful thing as well. It's a really interesting concept. And I'm sure one day I'll write a complete dissertation paper on movies that fucked me up in my childhood. Anyway, okay. Belief number 4. Guys, can you believe we're up to number 4? What has been your favorite so far? Pop in the comments. What has been your favorite belief so far? What's made the biggest difference for you? I know a lot of comments coming through on belief number 3. Too much, I can't actually keep up with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my assistant to flag some of these, and I will comment after our live training, and I will go back and make sure I respond to every single one of these. But it looks like belief number, I'm just checking the Facebook messages as well. Belief number 3. Yeah, it's pretty life-changing. All right. Belief number 4. I'm not smart enough to be wealthy. And I really should have put this blank. I'm not blank enough to be wealthy, because it can also be I'm not pretty enough to be wealthy. I'm not thin enough to be wealthy. I'm not confident enough to be wealthy. You know, whatever it is. Are you still waiting for permission? Are you still waiting for someone to tell you that, yes, you exactly as you are right now are awesome? Are you still waiting for proof? Someone to say that you are enough, that you're pretty enough to be wealthy, you're smart enough to be wealthy, you're young enough to be wealthy? Are you still waiting for a signed, sealed, delivered certificate that your worth or success or abundance is deserving? Are you still giving yourself an excuse to not achieve the things that you desire because you're waiting for the secret or the magical pill or the miracle cure? You see, here's the thing. No one gets to decide if you're worthy. There's not some... All right, hands up who's seen the Boss Baby movie. I'm gathering a lot of you because it's on Netflix at the moment. Oh my God, a bird just hit the window. Yeah, Boss Baby. Oh my God, if I have to watch that one more time. Yeah. Eric found Boss Baby on Netflix, my 7-year-old, and watched it for like 3 weeks straight. And I'm like, enough. I was that much like, enough. I took Netflix off the TV and I got Stan instead. I'm like, for fuck's sake, watch the Avengers or something. But the Boss Baby, if you've seen the Boss Baby, you understand what this is about. If not, you can Google this later or Google the scene or something. Or I think I've probably posted on my Instagram highlights at some point. But there's like this big machine in the sky that makes the babies. There's a big corporation and the babies come out of the machine and then they're taken to this elevator thing and they sit under this light, and then the light like scans them and it goes, baby or corporate. It like decides, and then there's this little toggle that pushes them one way and they go down one chute to become a baby off to the house, and then the toggle goes the other way and they go off to the corporation to get their suit and be like this little baby boss. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to sound like such a dickhead now. Just go and watch it. Go and Google it. Cookies are for closers. It's a cute movie. It makes no sense at all, but it's cute. Alec Baldwin in it as the voice of the baby, which is basically all you watch it for, because the contrast of adorable baby and Alec Baldwin's voice is hilarious. Anyway, there's this machine that decides whether a baby is a baby or corporate. There is nothing up there. There is no machine that when you are born, it is deciding you get to be poor, you get to be average, you get to be rich, you get to be poor, you get to be average. There is nothing like that. It is us. I'm not saying that privilege doesn't exist. There are some people born into better situations, into better economic, environments than other families. I'm not saying that isn't the case, but even if you are born into a situation where there is more privilege, if you were born into a situation where there's more wealth, you would need to have the mindset to match that. Otherwise, you would always end up in the same situation. Okay, so mindset is a big part of it. That's also why, sons of millionaires end up homeless and people that were born into homelessness end up millionaires. It is a choice, okay? It is a choice. And the only person who gets to decide whether you are worthy of abundance, of success, of joy, of whatever is you. Okay, there is no mark. We don't go sit our year 12 exams and then there's this exam where they bring us into the room, line us up and go, you're pretty enough to be rich. You can go. You're not. You're ugly. You're going to be broke and homeless. This way, please. It doesn't happen. All right? So if there is someone who makes you feel bad about, that you're not smart enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not thin enough to do what you want to do, please unfollow them on social media and get them out of your life, because you are absolutely enough. You are enough to be wealthy and abundant and successful and happy. You don't need to meet some physical standard or some intelligence standard. I am nothing special. Okay? nothing special. I just made a choice. I made a decision in that car park to do something about my situation. All right. And then I wanted to learn. So I went and learned from people who had done it before me, which is why you're on this webinar here. You want to learn, you want to be better. So you're learning from me. All right. You want to learn first aid, you do a first aid course. You want to be a yoga teacher, you go to yoga classes. All right. You get to decide to be worthy, to be enough, to be successful, and to be as abundant as you wish. No one is deciding that for you. All right. Okay. Let's take a second. I want to share a case study with you. So I want you guys to meet Sarah. Sarah, I've known for a few years. And to be honest, we didn't really click before we started working together in this aspect. And now she's someone I text every couple of days. But Sarah is a mum of two. She lives in a tiny house. A tiny house on wheels. She is a self-proclaimed crunchy mum, and I love her. But Sarah lost her sparkle. Sarah was dull and tired and lifeless and just wondering what the fuck happened to her life, right? She was in a network marketing business, and it's not that it failed, so I need to change the wording on this slide, but it was that it didn't align with her values anymore. Really, she kept having these conflicts of like, I know you want me to do that, but it doesn't feel right, yeah? She was one of the first babes to join my program, and she was actually one of the first babes to work with me one-on-one as well. She got her passion back. She published an ebook all about her family's decision to live in a tiny house and what that means to them, and is amazing as well. You should check out, there's a website down there. Go and check it out. Brilliant. And she started her own company as a tiny home and simple living consultant, which is just epic. Through working with Sarah, she has been able to open the doors to a completely different state of abundance by working on her money mindset. And I mean, when she messaged me and tells me how much is in her savings now, I just get so excited. She messaged me and tells me, like, even day one of doing the program, she's like, I just looked around my house, like just scanned my house and found $200. Like, what the hell? This is magic, right? I love hearing feedback from her, and I just wanted to share that with you so you know that it's totally possible for you. Sarah doesn't have any major and special skills. She's just 2 kids, full-time mum. She's going to homeschool them, which I think is super brave but amazing. And Sarah's amazing, but she's a normal person and a normal mum, and she's been able to make these incredible changes from us working together. So the past, how long have we been chatting for? It's probably an hour. I have to go get my kids from school soon. The past hour. Would you agree that this has been time well spent? Have you had fun? Have I made you laugh? I haven't made you cry, but sometimes that happens. Hopefully in a good way, and like, oh fuck, I needed to hear this way. The past hour, would you agree it's been time well spent so far? Yes, yes, fuck yes. Yes, I've cried. I'm sorry, Amanda. I made you cry. I promise it's going to be better. In a good way. Okay, that's good. That's good. The chat's going off right now. If you're watching the replay, I'm sorry you don't get to see the chat. The women in this are hilarious. So you might be missing out, but they're really funny. I love them. I love them all. Can we just go get wine this week, please? Maybe tonight. It's been time well spent so far. Obviously, I can't cover everything that you need in an hour. I wish I could. Even if we had all day, all week, 8 months together, I wouldn't be able to cover everything. There's so much inside of me that I want to get out, and I want to blah, 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 but it's doing it in a structured way, like here's step 1 and step 2 to get you where you want to go. That's the important thing. Even if we had all day, I couldn't go through it with you, as I know you've got so much value out of it so far. But there is a special offer that I want to share with you now. If I have your permission, if you want to learn about what to do next, I have a special offer I want to share with you guys. It's going to give you everything you need to know to move forward. And this is the difference between knowing that you could go and do what I did and spend years kind of figuring it out by yourself. And you can absolutely do that. I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you you'll never find any of this information anywhere else, because you can. Like, if you're willing to go and look for it and find it and put in the effort, it might be out there for you to find. But I also want you to know that there is a way where you can do it with support, with a community, with other people there with support and encouragement in a structured way that takes you from point A to point B, and it's all there for you. And basically, if you want to get on board, if you want to do this today, and I think this recording is going to be up for a week, so the offer will be open for a week, I'm going to give you something really, really special because you're awesome, because we've had lots of fun. All right. So Money for Mummy, which you may or may not have heard about. If you've been following me for a while on social media, you've probably seen this pop up quite a bit. If you're on my email list, if you listen to my podcast, you would have heard of it as well. But Money for Mummy is my heart and soul in a program for you. It is what I really believe I was put on this earth to do, besides love and parent my children and fuck my husband's brain out. This is what I'm here for, is to help mums unfuck their finances and totally transform the way that they earn, spend, and attract and save money as well. This is my heart's work, and helping more women with this is what my soul thrives on and what lights me up. So this is a 6-part program that you do together as a group with support from other women. This is the key factor, okay? So what am I going to teach you in Money for Mummy? This is exactly what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to let go of a scarcity and lack mindset that's keeping you playing stuck, keeping you playing small and stuck. You're going to learn what that is, identify it, and get it the fuck out of your life. You are going to learn why you must fall in love with money in order to have an abundance of it. So I'm going to share with you and show you and teach you how to fall in love with money, to create your own money love story and take it from a toxic, negative fuckboy that you just think about at 2 a.m. when you want the D, and he keeps screwing you over all the time, to turn it into the most passionate, incredible, fulfilling, joyful, contributing relationship that you've ever had with money. I'm going to show you how to give money a positive purpose so that it actually gets you excited, so that you can't help but just be this gigantic money magnet, literally attracting money into your life every day from ways that are expected and ways that are completely unexpected. I'm going to show you how to tap in to that magnetic abundance, which is really alignment with the best version of you. I'm going to show you the real habits of the rich. Like, what does a rich woman's life actually look like? You know, there's a difference between you sitting here with $17 in your bank account and the guy driving a Bentley. Like, there's a difference in mindset there somewhere, and there's a difference in habits. And I'm going to show you what that is. So then you can just go like hack it and start pulling in that abundance. I've used my hands a lot in this webinar. I feel like a Madonna video. Anyway. And what you need to implement now for fast manifestation. This is a 6-week program for unfucking your finances, but also fast manifestation. And I'm going to show you some more results in a second, but they are just absolutely mind-blowing. Basically, when I drop the price on you guys and I tell you how much it costs, you're going to be so excited. Nearly everyone who's done the program, apart from the people who don't put in the actual effort and don't actually, you know, I can tell they don't even watch the last video or whatever, everyone makes back like at least double. You know, they get double back from what puts in. So it's really exciting. Fast manifestation. Why money is spiritual and how you can stop feeling guilty for wanting more in life. Money and spirituality aren't these separate things at polar opposites. They are actually intrinsically combined. I'm going to show you how. And how to stop feeling guilty for wanting more of it. And then I'm going to show you how to tap into your inner money babe. This is going to show you how to start seeing 6, 7, or 8 figures in your bank account. This is the kickstart to your financial freedom. And it is everything that we've talked about on tonight's webinar. And then like, this is the top of the iceberg and there's 95% more to go. Like, we're going to go so deep into all of this. We're going to completely transform where you are. And so really, I mean, you have a choice. 6 weeks for a completely different financial reality. Oh yeah. Right. So here's some client love from Money for Mummy. You can read it. My voice is kind of going, so I'm not sure I'll read them all out. I'll just point out a few, okay? So Emily here up the top, can you see that? Emily, beautiful Emily. Can I just say thank you? Can I just say that last week my hubby and I did Shona Gates money mindset activity, and we just made, where the hell has it gone? It's booked out. It says $1,500. That's what it's meant to say. I don't know why it's obviously moved when I've edited. We made $1,500 in 24 hours. That's what it says. And Leah here in the middle, she says, thank you, Shona, for the chance to be a part of Money for Mummy. I now feel empowered instead of stuck, have opened up communications with my partner about our finances, and lost that icky feeling that came up whenever I had to deal with bills, budgeting, etc. It is the perfect mix of smart and savvy advice mixed with the woo-woo hippie stuff. I'm so glad I signed up. That was from Leah. Kirsty, holy crap. I just manifested a 14-week booking at our B&B early next year. $900 a week for 14 weeks. Over the course of the 6-week program, Kirsty manifested $14,000. $14,000. Yeah. Thank you. Isn't it incredible? I had another client this week, Charisse. She was on day 2 of the challenge, and she messaged me. She was like, I just found $700 worth of gift vouchers around my home, just like lying around her home, once she actually went and like figured it out and got into some real attracting mode. Isn't it just crazy that these are some incredible results that they're just one decision away for you? So the 6-week Money for Mummy program, you can find out more about it on the actual breakdown of the modules on my website and exactly what you get. But here, I'm going to show you with you exactly what you get. You get 6 transformative 60-minute training modules, which is valued at $1,200. You get 6 live Q&A sessions in our Facebook group, valued at $1,200. You get 6 transformational workbooks and homework. Actually, that needs to get changed because it's not 6 workbooks anymore. I have compiled everything into one big, badass, fucking amazing workbook. I'm so excited about this workbook. It is pretty and it is awesome. It is awesome. I have so many people messaging me every day like, can I buy this workbook? Just buy the workbook. And I'm like, nope, you can't. Because the activities that come with it are there for the training modules. Like it all goes together. It's awesome. You're going to love it. Even that workbook alone, I know would change people's lives, but it's like, no, only the people who do Money for Mummy get that workbook. That's valued at $600. And access to the private Facebook group, the Sexy Selfish Elite VIP group, which is where I do a lot of my more in-depth and raw trainings, where you've got 24-hour access and support to all the other women in the program and me and my team as well. That's valued at $997, and you're going to get that too. And then the Boss Mama Mindset Portal. This is something new to the Money for Mummy because I found, after the first round launching the program, I had mums in there, but also mums in business. And some of the advice is applicable to mums and some of it is really specific for mums in business. And I didn't want to spend the entire program talking from a business perspective. So I opened up the Boss Mama Mindset Portal. This is worth $2,000 because there is hours upon hours, like days worth of content in there to help you shift your money mindset as a business owner, to help you shift your finances as a business owner. And it's really specifically for that, boss mama mindset. And it's a whole separate portal, which I love. Some of the trainings in there, I'm just like, they're so good. They're so good. Anyway, so you're going to get all that, and it's about $5,997. But you can see it's awesome. And this is 6 weeks of effort, guys. That's all it's going to take is a couple of hours a week for 6 weeks, and you can be in a completely different financial future at the end of it. So creating this and launching it, I had 2 options, really. And my first option was to go as cheap as possible and try and sell as many as possible. But it wouldn't really incentivize me to give you as much value as I had, right? Like there probably wouldn't be the Boss Mama portal. There probably wouldn't be the homework book. There probably wouldn't be the live calls with me. And I want you to have some serious results, which is why I want to give you everything. The second option, it does require a little bit of a higher investment, but in exchange, I can devote more resources to guarantee you success. I can give you more value, and I can actually give you more of my time and more of me. So you get more access to me, which is kind of awesome and what you really want, isn't it? I know, just want to be best friends. And that brings me to the fact that Money for Mummy is not for everyone. So do we vibe? Are we vibing? Because if you don't like me like this and saying fuck a lot, you're probably not going to like the 6-week program. This is for mums who are living week to week and they're just so done with it. They are so done with like, okay, well, we can't buy anything. We can't put fuel in our car. We can't get bread. We can't get milk until Friday. All right. So we've got 3 days where everyone's going to have carrots in their lunchbox and 2-minute noodles. This is for mums who are sick of living like that. This is for mums who want more money and they want this abundant life and they can see other people have it. So they know that it's possible, but they just don't know how to get there. They don't know how to actually get to this dream. They don't have a blueprint. They don't know how to create that and make it happen. They want it. They can see it, but they just don't know how to get from here to there. And this is for anyone who has just put up that white flag in the past and just gone, it's obviously just not going to happen for me. Maybe this is just our life. Maybe this is where we're at. Maybe we're never going to have money in the bank, so we should just get another loan for whatever we want and we'll just keep rolling on this debt train because I just don't know if I can get there. And I want you to know you can. This is for mums who are really and truly ready to do the action, to step up and do the work that they need to do on the outside and on the inside to have the changes that they want in life. This is for the mums who are ready, really, truly, hand on heart, done with being broke and stuck and angry and frustrated and shameful and guiltful and terrified of money. No little girl at 7 years old is playing with her babies and playing mummy and daddy and fantasizing about being an adult and pretending and fantasizing about being terrified to check her letterbox for an electricity bill. No child wants that. No one is dreaming of that as the reality of an adult. So do something about it. Once again, what you're going to get, $5,997 worth of value. You can see everything there. It's so much content. It is hours and hours of training that I have put so much blood, sweat, and tears into for you guys. And you're going to love it because I know all the women I've helped already. This is life-changing shit, okay? So meet Kirsty. I shared a little bit as well about her $14,000 manifestation, but Kirsty is a busy working mum and wife, and she found she's already been reading 1 million different finance and law of attraction books. She's already been doing the work, right? She's been out there looking for things to do to change her money mindset, to change her reality, but without results, just like totally financially stuck. She joined my program and she used what she learned from the course in her everyday life and also to set healthy boundaries that help her attract abundance. And in 6 weeks of being part of Money for Mummy, Kirsty manifested an extra $14,000. $14,000. She's so amazing. Actually, she's become one of my tan clients now. So every time she comes for a spray tan, she's like naked and I'm spray tanning her. We talk about money. It's awesome. The bonus number 1 that I'm going to chuck in. Now, this is only for the first 30 people that join the program this month. First 30 people. I'm going to give you three of my abundance meditations that are super powerful. If you read some of the testimonials, they're like, oh my God, I think I entered the parallel dimension during that meditation. 3 abundance meditations valued at over $197. I'm giving you that bonus. That's for the first 30 people that join the program this month. So that brings the value up to over $6,194 with the bonus meditation. So now I need to ask you, if all this program did, and you can pop this in the comment, was give you a budget that actually works. And not a scary budget where you have to get out your receipts every week and have this massive calculator thing. This is a budget that you put in one number and it figures everything else for you. And it's a budget that you can use at 16 and a budget you can use at 106. It's a calculator that works with a family, with no family, with a husband, with no husband, in any phase of life. If I could give you a budget that actually works, would it be worth it? Yes, of course it was. People not commenting, you know it's a yes. If all this 6-week program did was stop you feeling so constantly overwhelmed and guilty about money, if you could get rid of money guilt, if you could get rid of fear, if you never had to worry about opening an envelope for a bill again, wouldn't it be worth it? If you could become a happier and calmer mum because you didn't have money guilt in your life anymore, would it be worth it? Yes, of course it would. Absolutely. 6 weeks to never have to worry about money again, to never have to be scared or shamed or guilted about money again. Yes, of course it is worth it. Of course it is. This is a gift, not only to you, this is a gift to your kids, to your family, to everyone around you, to your future self. All right, don't be sitting there and thinking in 10 years' time, I wish I'd done that. All right, don't do that to yourself. Don't cheat yourself and shortchange future you. Future you knows this is the right thing to do. So what is it worth to you? I mean, like, let's get real for a minute. I want to know, what do you think this is worth? What's your happiness worth to you and your family's happiness, your financial future? Is it worth maybe 6 weeks of effort? I can't believe people are like, it's just not the right time. Like, bullshit. It is so the right time. 6 weeks. That's all it's going to take. 6 weeks is going to pass anyway. So would you rather be in a better place at the end of 6 weeks or in the same place? Is it worth 5K to you? 10K, 25K? If I say I could get rid of your money guilt and unfuck your finances forever, would you pay 25K? Yeah. How much would you pay to unfuck your finances and create more abundance and wealth in your life for you and your family? What's it really worth to you? How much is it worth to you to break the cycle of lack for your kids? If you think about the fact, like, your money story was given to you by your parents, what you're exposed to, like, what are you giving to your parents, to your kids? What are they being exposed to? So you can kind of see why some of my other clients are paying me upwards of $25,000, right, to do this type of work with them. 25K. But I know I've said that number and you've had some major resistance just come up, major fear, major panic. Oh, this is the part where sometimes people exit out the webinar because they're being chicken shit. What I want right now is for you to tell your inner mean girl that just popped up and told you can't do it. You're not worth that much. You can't afford. I want you to tell her to fuck off. Okay? Even if she is loud, because that mean girl can be loud. Tell her to fuck off, because you do deserve this and this is the change that you need. And if you really want it, the universe will figure out a way for you to get there. What I'm also adding in is bonus number 2. This is a badass budget calculator and it's $197. This is the only budget you will need for the rest of your human years on this planet. And this is also for the first 30 people only. Valued at $197. Complete game changer on its own. Pretty much could just have this and the rest of the course, like, don't. And people would still change their complete financial reality, right? So that brings the value up to $6,391. Awesome. Bonus of the meditation, bonus of the budget calculator. Now, you can see why it's a really good deal at $6,391. Like, that's fucking awesome. It's $1,997. You don't need to be good at maths or talking to be good at this stuff. This is for the general public. But because you are special, because we have just hung out for over an hour, because I know if you are still listening, you are serious about this. You are ready for change. Blowing out my candle. Because you are special, I got you. I got you, boo. You can get started now for just $997. You've seen the results. You know what I'm going to teach you. You know I changed your life already with those 4 money mindset beliefs. You know that you're ready to do this. $997 today. Or you can pay in full or pay over 3 months. I will give you the option to pay on a payment plan. And I do this because I want it to be accessible to families everywhere. Okay? You can pay in full or you can pay over 3 months. There's a button below. There's a link below. You can click. It'll take you to the page. It'll take you to process payment, and you can get in and you'll get those 2 bonuses that I'm offering for the first 30 people. So pay in full or pay over 3 months. You have 2 choices right now. And please know that I am totally okay with whatever choice you take, because it's like the ball's in your court. I'm throwing you the ball. And if you throw it back, I'm ready to catch it. But if you want to run off with the ball and bury it and hide it and not think about it again, that's also okay. I'm just going to be handing you away. The first option is do nothing. Don't take this risk. Exit out of the webinar. Don't take this leap of faith. That option is 100% risk-free. Like head, sand, don't ever have to think about it again. The second option is pony up with this small investment today. Like really, even on the payment plan, I think it's only $84 right now. You can pay $84 and get into the program and get instant access. Small investment today. Compared to the value, $84 today compared to almost $7,000 worth in value, that's so much value in return, right? And just give it a shot. Get in there and see what it has to offer, all right? Is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to actually check this out? Which, even if it does even half of what I've claimed today and proven today on this webinar, it'll pay for itself, right? You saw the results. You know the type of money people are bringing in from doing this program and how much better they're feeling about themselves in a situation. It will pay for itself. So stop delaying your happiness. This is the key to an abundant life. Stop delaying it. Other opportunities can leave you feeling inspired, or they can leave you with a plan, but without results. This gives you the accountability. So that's the real question, isn't it? Results again there. You can check all these out on my Facebook page or on the website. They're all there. Real people, real results, and incredible transformations. And I can see in the chat, everyone's jumping on. Welcome, Leah. Welcome, Chelsea. Welcome, Ashley. Welcome, Madison. I'm so excited to have you guys in. Katie says she needs to talk to her partner. Yeah, okay. You better have that conversation, girl. Yes, yes. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. Why am I so scared? You're so scared because it's normal. It's normal to feel scared. So what's next? Register online. Check your email, including the junk folder, for an email from me. Check out the Money for Mummy portal and join our Sexy Selfish Facebook portal for the elite girls as well. And introduce yourself. Selfies are mandatory, so I expect to see your selfie in there, Amanda. Get ready to manifest some serious money because we dive straight in. You'll get instant access to everything. Once again, what you're going to get, $6,391 worth of value. That's what you're getting. $6,391 worth of value. And I'm giving it to you for $9.97 or $84 today. Reason one that you might be feeling a bit of resistance is because I don't have time. My life is like super crazy right now. Babe, 6 weeks is going to pass anyway. This is about an hour and a half's worth of work a week. So chances are if you stop watching The fucking Bachelor and did this instead, in 6 weeks, The Bachelor isn't going to transform your life. It's just going to leave you frustrated. This will transform your life. So it's not about not having time. It's about not making it a priority. If you're prioritizing The Bachelor and you're not prioritizing your financial future, don't come with into me. Reason number two, I just can't spend this money on myself. Yes, you can, because you got yourself in this situation. So take some responsibility and get yourself out of this situation. $84 a week isn't a lot if you want to use the payment plan. So instead of saying, I can't spend this money on myself, I don't have the money for it, how about you instead ask yourself, how can I get the money? How can I manifest the money really fast? And it does all come down to priorities. You can spend this money on yourself. This is a gift to you and to your family. This is not just about you buying a stupid handbag or something, okay? Reason number three is I'm not sure what I'll actually get out of it. I think I've explained that pretty well. You're going to get amazingness. But if you want to find out more, sexyselfish.com/money-for-mummy/ there's a link on my website. You can go in in depth. Pardon me, have a look at. Your future is decided now. But you need to know that this challenge isn't for everyone. And I'm super proud of the girls who've already clicked and yes, and they're in, which is awesome. I'm getting your emails coming through my phone right now. One of the most important principles of success is the fact that nothing ever happens someday. Someday never comes. Things only happen today. Tomorrow is an illusion. Someday never actually comes. So even if you think you'll get around to this tomorrow, someday, when our tax comes back next month, how likely is it? If you're not where you want to be right now with your financial situation, it's because you've postponed taking care of that part of your life. You have delayed it. You keep saying when, if, someday, maybe. That's why you are where you are today. So why postpone getting the key to an abundant life when you can acquire it right now? Literally one click away. Tomorrow is an illusion. All we have is today. So make a choice today. I need you to know as well before that I jump off that I'm nothing special. I'm not good at investing in stocks or closing multi-million-dollar property deals. I don't even remember the school swimming lesson permission slips, and I'm going to be late to pick my daughter up from kindy in a minute. But I can still help share the message that you can get rid of money for good. And I can still empower mums to unfuck their finances. And I can, and I know that I will show you how to create your dream life. I know that. I do it every fucking day and I'm good at it. I'm confident in my ability to transform your financial future. $6,391 worth of value. Get started for $997. Pay in full or pay over 3 months. I don't care. I just need you to get in this program. Not for me. Doesn't make a difference to me. I know this will change your life and I'm sick of you delaying and putting it off and waiting for tomorrow. There isn't tomorrow. There is just today. And give this to yourself, babe, because you are worth it and you do deserve more. You wouldn't want abundance and wealth and success. It would not, the universe wouldn't put that desire inside of your heart if it wasn't actually your destiny. You just need to have some lady bowls to trust that nudge from the universe, that soul nudge that is telling you hand on heart that this is what you need to do to level up. This is your key to the next step. 4 money beliefs that limit your wealth. I've had fun. You've had fun. This has been rad. Peace. Mic drop. I'm out. I will see you in the program. To all the babes who have joined Money for Mummy while we've been on this call, I'm so fucking excited to get to know you. We're going to hang out. I will see you in the Facebook group really soon. Everyone else, peace. Bye. Mic drop. I think, oh shit, now I have to close this off. Wait a minute. Ending. Okay, bye. Did it end? Did it end? Stop. It's not ending. More. End meeting. Share. Close. Stop.